Hey, yo, man. Street drag is the influence behind everything we got. Check it like this. The RPM is the key to getting ahead of the competition. Launch at the right time and rocket into the lead with speed. But if you're slow about it, you'll end up at the back of the pack. Launch is followed by shift, so it's next. It's the daddy of success, so hit it up at the perfect shift point for max power. Now remember, if you slam it too soon or too late, you'll be coming in last. If the other guy gets past you, just chill and slide into his slipstream and sit in his draft. Gain precious speed and then make your move to bounce right on by. This is gonna be big, dog. You ready? Good. Go out there and prove yourself.
Good day, flying focusers. I'm Unsilent and we're on the air with more Need for Speed Underground 2. It's more of action from Bayview. Oops, over-revved that on the shift. Oh, short shifted that one. Haven't gotten anything right in my new Ford Focus. Last time out we arrived in Bayview. Oh man, this thing's twitchy. Oh, it's because it's asking you to, because you're basically asking it to change lanes when you're in drag mode. It's not like you're steering, it's like you're changing lanes when you're flicking the control stick. I'm using my Xbox One controller. There we go. Across the line with a big win. Ooh, we had gotten... That Corolla was hunting us down at the end. I wonder if I picked the wrong way to go, or if I just did not have as much top end as the Corolla behind me. But you know, that's not a bad way to get this episode started. A little drag race in the 130 horsepower Ford Focus. I can improve. It's just a matter of getting some experience in the old girl, right? No reputation points. And he mentioned in the first episode that reputation points are based on trouncing the opposition. And here we just barely scraped out a win, but we did win $250, which ain't too bad either. That's alright. I want to take a look at the race stats, because, okay, top speed would be hypothetically at the line. The Corolla, oh, that's interesting. The Corolla was just behind me. But it wasn't like, so it must have been behind me the entire way. I was expecting him to have a higher top speed than me, so. Okay, that's interesting. Interesting little tidbit of information there. All right, back to the map. Oh, we've got a blue envelope. Window tint, give your ride that extra touch of style with all new window tints, now available at all Bayview car specialty shops. Now, doesn't really tell us what that is, unless it's like we've been to the body shop in the last episode. There's the performance shop we want to get to. We did a circuit race. We haven't done a drift or a sprint. I don't rate my chances in the drift, but I do rate them in the sprint. So maybe we can do the sprint. Maybe we got to do all of them, and that progresses us in the game. Who knows? What does this one tell me? So locate the large stadium from the freeway. You'll be near one of the car specialty shops. Car specialty shops. The stadium is near the western section of the city core. We were near it when we were looking for the car lot that we bought the Focus at. Now there's where we want to go for the sprint race. I would hazard it's probably a point-to-point. Oh, that's a long... Well, it looks like a long point-to-point. There's only 2.7 miles. It just happens to cover most of the expanse of the downtown core now, doesn't it? So, sprint rules for this one, since what you drive is the equivalent of an old lady's walker, you just want to hand over your bank now. Oh, thanks. I can manage this. No explanations needed. Just get in the car and drive. So just... Not quite a perfect start, but not bad. Looking for that green arrow in the on the tack in the bottom right. Probably around 5,500 RPM. They're already crashing. as is he crashing into me. So this could be a tightly contested race. Not as much grip as Burke's 370, or 350, sorry. 370 is the new gen one. Where we're going to make up time is through superior driving technique. Use every inch of that road. Oh. Don't forget to look on the mini-map. There we go. Now we'll miss that apex. Come back around. Clip that apex past the Burger King sign. I live in a town so small we only just got Burger King. Now. Avoided accident. Only one avoid accident. Now this is going to be an accident avoidance. That is part of the challenge, is that you've got cars... Oh, bail. I had to bail out of that one. I didn't think I could squeeze in between the truck and the cab there. So I had to just juke my way out of that one. This thing about street racing, a lot of 90-degree turns. At least with the curbing, it gives you a good place to aim for the apex. That should make it a little easier. Oh, I can't go through the light barriers, but he can? Come on. Long straight to wind it up on. Now the question is whether I'm going to have to hit the brakes at the end. I don't know quite how good the hand... No, this is definitely... a little overcooked there, but we'll be fine. And across the line... 20252. Crush the opposition. I'm thinking I might need to turn up the difficulty. But we did crush him to the reputation of 300 gained. I'm not sure what that gets me, but we did win 250 credits, so hey, that's not too bad. Now I want to look. Yeah, here is my overall career statistics. Oh, stage 1, city core status. Region completion. Okay. So I've got to complete all the events, I think, in stage 1. And we've only completed 2% of the game, having completed, 3/5 of this part, right? Okay, so bank is 800, and now, can it tell us the reputation somewhere? Total reputation. Okay, 700. You'd think, okay, it says bank there at the top. But I'm just kind of wondering. There we go, just get it around. And good practice for the drifting as well. So I'm just wondering, it shows you the bank, but it doesn't show you the reputation as easily. You'd think, given what Brooke had said, or I keep calling her Brooke, it's Rachel. Calling her by her shoot name, brother. You think about what Rachel said, and you think that it would be a case of... Oh, this is going to be... oh, we can pick up some cash. $50, but that ain't... That ain't shabby. So you'd think that... Oh, they've crashed. You've taken advantage. I think that reputation would also fly up on the screen, or it's got to impact something, right? I guess we'll find out as we progress. Not a nice visual flair to this game in this city as well. Oh, the convention center. Okay, there's where... There's a circuit race. We've already done one as Rachel. Well, in Rachel's car. Think this might be a little different circuit, so let's give it a shot. Oh, we're gonna get a front row start for this one. Alright, the reputation's already paying off. I just repped it right up top. That was not the ideal start, but it wasn't terrible either. I like they do the arm drop stuff, straight out of Pink's. Where's our boy Rich Christensen when you need him to do an arm drop? I'm gonna say fans of Speed Channel and like the mid-2000s would get that reference. Well, Body Shop, we just Whoa, okay, that was... I think I might have actually hit him. I have to brake down hard here because that is greater than 90-degree turn. I like that it is. I think this is around the same area that we just were, so it's not like it took us around town. Whoa, okay. Notice we get by here. Okay, that wasn't as sharp as I thought it was going to be. I definitely hit him there. So that is one lap in the books. Oh, I didn't even see him coming. Get better headlights. I wonder if we get to do daytime racing at any point, or if it's all just nighttime. Because there was a modicum of daytime racing in Fast and Furious. I could add just the one event, really. But other than that, it was, let's see, did they really have that much racing in Fast and Furious? That was me completely out of control there. So we'll just ease it back to the left here. Little dab on the brakes there. Can you see the brakes? Oh yeah, it does have brake lights. Okay. Just thought I'd make sure. No sense in having tail lights if they don't activate when you brake. Okay, had to brake there. Needed more braking there. Life lesson for the next time. And across the line. Nope, one more lap. It's a good thing. It's a good thing it wasn't a close race, otherwise I would have been overtaken for that little bit I was off the throttle. So that would have been embarrassing. Now this is what I'm interested in, is it's raining now. We've been in the rain at the end of some of these races. Now it's a nice visual effect. I'm trying to figure out if it has any impact on your grip. That would be a neat little addition, just a little foible there for you. Is if you have to compensate for the rain in your driving. Like if you're in this dry section underneath the tunnel and all of a sudden, oh, you're under, or I guess underneath the highway. And oh, all of a sudden you're out in the open and you've got no grip. But it's not so bad. Now maybe at higher speeds it could be an issue. It doesn't seem to be a huge issue at the moment. And they're across the line. It's good rain sounds, though. Very wet sounding rain sounds. So we'll pick up 200 reputation and 250 cash. Alright. It's just the drift left then, right? Okay, so this is... Oh, we've got exhaust tips. You gotta look at as well. And probably get it from the performance shop. We could take a look at the performance shop while we're in the neighborhood, so. I'm trying to get her going. So, we need to get to the performance shop, which is... I guess maybe if we follow the signs to the stadium. Oh, Old Spice! There's another ad. So we're gonna... Maximum 60 in this twisty bit? Really? That seems a bit excessive. So this is the stadium section. I was trying to look at the sign there. It's the Campbell Soup sign that was up on the billboard there. I guess we can pop in here. Mega low parts. Ah, this is what we were told about. This is where we're looking. All right.
Hey, you made it! This here is Mega Low Parts. I know it doesn't look like much, but they've got all your basic needs and their doors are always open. So have a look around and see if there's anything you like.
Nothing sketch about a place that's open 24/7. So we can look at the engine, the ECU, the tranny, the suspension, NOS, no tires, no brakes, no weight reduction, no turbo, but you can dyno it. So what can we do with the engine?
Horsepower equals speed, so bolt on everything you can. Right here is the place to do it.
And it even tells you how much it'll increase you. So you can, let's see, you can cold air intake system, replace the headers, mild camshaft and gears, What's mild mean? Performance exhaust? Oh, and that's it. Oh, you can get the package? The Pro package you can't get, but you could get the Street package. So everything here is $1,500 if you were to buy it a la carte. It's $1,200. We don't have $1,200, but it's $1,200 if you want to get it in a package. Okay, they had mentioned that, but it didn't really make any sense at first.
Upgrade the brains of your ride by swapping out the stock computer with a super chip.
Okay. So we can we can have the fuel pressure regulator, the fuel rail, the fuel filter, and remove the top speed limiter. Oh, look at that. It's not... It's going to say, look at how much it's going to jump up my top speed. I don't think it's going to be an issue. I just don't think top speed's going to be my issue with this thing. You know? It seems like a really good package for $680, but I don't buy that top speed thing because you got to reach that top speed. I don't think this thing's got enough get up and go. As it stands, it doesn't have enough get up and go to hit it.
Now, transmission is where you lose most of your power, so any upgrade will help you get more ponies to the blacktop.
Well, I mean, is it though? Because yeah, every part kind of there's a loss of power. And there's a loss of power from the the actual like drive out the back of the engine to the transmission. Don't get me wrong, but is really not the biggest problem the fact that you've got the vertical oscillations of a cylinder translated to a rotational power.
Later.
Yes, I know, that's why they have the rotary engine, Dr. Wenkel's rotary engine. Now, of course, the problem with... I'm turning it to James May. Now, of course, the problem with that is that...
6 hours later.
So you could say it's even more inefficient, even if that's more inefficiency in terms of...
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting, and they had to hire a new one.
This has been Dr. Unsilent's Car Physics Corner. You know what? Let's go to ECU upgrade, just for fun. It's the best bang for your buck, because at the very least the acceleration is better than what we get for the rest. The top speed limiter, who gives a shit? We're not going to get there, so let's go with this. And we can afford this. That's the other thing. Yeah, let's go. Let's see what's the worst that could happen. There was nothing else I could buy. No, we could do this.
Harden your suspension and slice through turns by upgrading your stock parts.
So we can do the suspension. 600, and we can improve the handling. Not that I have a problem with the handling at the moment, but...
Nitrous is extra power stuffed into a tank, ready to explode when you need more speed.
No discount, it's just one part. No tires, no brakes, no weight, and we sell the rest. Alright. No, I think I want to go with the ECU package. Let's go with the ECU package. Yeah, let's do it. We can select brand. Does it make a difference what brand? So I know none of these. Like I'm not a tuner type. Can we go Apex across the board? I mean, I've heard of HKS. That's my options are Apex and the house brand. Yeah. And what's the worst that could happen? Aerospeed sounds cool. AEM doesn't sound bad. HP Racing's a little too on the nose for me. Jackson, I don't know. New Speed. HKS, like I said, I've heard of. InGen. DC Sports. Yeah, HKS. Alright. Alright, and that's all installed. Can't get the Pro package yet. I'd say that was a pretty good visit to Megalo Parts. Let's go back to Explore mode. And let's roll out, Autobots. See, I'm not sure how to answer all the calls, so... Okay, maybe it's just literally like that is just telling me you can go in when it does that. That might be it. So it's all that's left is the drift. The more power will help with the drift, don't get me wrong, so that might help. It can't hurt, right? Might make it a little harder to control. So I'm not good. I've never been good at drifting in games, so this could be tricky. This could be ugly. So, looks like you want to join action. Tell you what, just to give you a chance, I won't go past 4th gear. least that way you might be able to see me cross the finish line first. Try to keep up, country boy. Race-type drift. What the hell does that mean? It's about to tell me, isn't it? That's handy. Oh, we're breaking into the stadium for this. Or maybe just a parking lot. What are we? What are we doing with this, anyway?
Yo, check this. The drift is all about style and control. Remember these 3 words: speed, steering, and handbrake, because they all play a factor in setting up those sweet moves that are gonna get you racking in some heavy points. Make sure you don't go crazy with the brakes, because the faster you go, combined with the more slides you hit, the higher your score is gonna be. Now this score will dictate the multiplier you're gonna get. This multiplier will affect the score of your next drift, so make sure it's high. After you get all them details working together, you gotta start blending drifts into one another. Mesh your drifts into one long seamless slide, and the scoreboard will light up something hard. Now if you think you're wired tight, it's time to go B-I-G big. Try hanging your rubber into the shoulder for bonus points. The more tires you slide through the lanes, the faster you rack up that score. Just remember to stay off the walls, or you lose all your points for that set. So bro, let's get down to some business and heat up them streets.
The only thing that worries me is that it's front-wheel drive. It does not seem... Now, is it based on points, or is it based on... That wasn't too bad. Okay. It's based on points a bit. Okay. So I'm in... There we go. That was a good drift. Just not getting a lot of... Oh, we've got to hurry up, but we've got a lot of points, and we're going to... Okay, we won. Okay. That wasn't so bad. I was worried for nothing. I was a little concerned, because I got a front-wheel drive, and you figured that, man, the MX-5 got nothing. That surprises me, because you figured the rear-wheel drive Miata MX-5, call it what you will. I guess now that it's branded, it's just the MX-5 worldwide. But you'd think that the rear-wheel drive MX-5 would have the advantage over the front-wheel drive Foci? Yeah, Foci. Over the front-wheel drive Foci, it would have the advantage. So I'm actually kind of shocked that it was the MX-5 that came in last. So we've got 300 rep and 250 bank. Beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. And just out of curiosity, what stats does it give you? Longest drift, 3.2 seconds. I did have a good one in there somewhere. I was across my lap times were the slowest of everyone, but I was... Oh, Neil had a pretty decent... he had a good drift. He had a big-ass drift in there. I would like to see that. There's a replay button, right? I'm trying to figure out the... I have to grab this. That changes my camera. I can't, Now, I can't, cannot change the old, can't change what car I'm focused on, unfortunately. It would have been nice to see what Neil was driving. Or how he was driving. Okay.
Hey man, you're raising some serious hype out there. Looks like a couple of companies want to represent you. That means you qualify for the underground racing league I told you about. No traffic, no streets, just pure driving. All of it takes place on a controlled private course. Now since you've set up shop with me, I'm gonna act as your agent. I'll take a cut off the top in return for letting you know what's worth looking at.
Okay. So we've made some progress. Is it really something we want? Is just to Need for Speed Underground onto the racetrack. Guess we're getting a better look at Bayview as opposed to driving through it. We can kind of take in the environment as we do the fly cam here. Dude Scanner Chatter says the roads to Beacon Hill are now open. I guarantee the racing in the area is going to be hopping soon. Might want to head up there and try your luck. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of stuff that's opened up now. Because there's 2 drift that are right near me. There's 2 sprints. There's the, there's drag out in the middle of bloody nowhere. It's the whole map, but I was going to say, it's not like it tells me what part of town is what, but it just said Beacon Hill. I assume it's the north part. Okay. Not in a rush to get back to the, Oh, there's some cash.
Hey man, did you hear? Access to Beacon Hill just got cleared. You should scope it out. Talk to you later.
Yes, you just told me. Well, in a text anyway. So what's near me that isn't a drift? There's a sprint northwards. There's a couple of circuits. A Street X. Oh, let's do that Street X in the middle of town. No, or did I do that one already? Could do the Street X near that circuit, sort of right in the middle of the map there. Not that one, but the other one. Not the blinking one, the one that's just northwest of it. Yeah, let's just keep going. Yeah, straight-ish. As straight as it'll allow. That's a complex little section there. Reminds me a bit of Mid-Ohio. Oh, no. Yeah, that's a parking lot. We're gonna go this way. It was the light blue was the Street X, so that's what we're looking for. There's a lot of stuff that they've packed into this little map here. Oh, there's your Street X. I figure with the acceleration boost we got, pick up an extra $50. I figure with the extra acceleration we got, Street X would be right up our alley. Oh, that's much more complicated than the last one. The last one was basically, yeah, it was that top section that sort of grayed out. Now you got a lot to go. Actually, the acceleration might come in handy here. Somebody's doing a burnout. I was not ready for that start. So it's up, and we're going to take the wide line around. Why? Because I was looking to set myself up for the rest of it. Acceleration's going to come in handy when you've got... That wasn't the way to go. I was trying using the handbrake. He did not do that well. So we'll wind up. It's the right, left. Shortcut that, straight line that. Make these turns as straight as possible. Back up the turn ever so slightly so you can get back to throttle just a little faster. That's the key. Especially on this part, because you want to wind this one up because you've got this longer straight run. You want to be on throttle longer on the longer straight. So, for this, we're going to be building up more speed, so you want to get in a little later. Because you're not going to have as much speed by the time you get there. Now this one is an ixy-pixy, whether you want to go in late or try and go in early so you can get on the throttle faster. Here you want to get on the throttle faster, so you don't want to dive in too late on that one. As I try to explain a little bit of basic racecraft as I'm trying to cut that one too tight. Hold that one straight. This one you want to go late in. It isn't as tight as the other one. Now this one, you want to back this one up so you can get the power down early. That way, you can just carry as much speed as you can to the line. A lot of nice short little sprint races here. We pick up a win by about 2 seconds over the Corollas. Corollas plural. Old American Muscle beats it Fern power. Only 100 reputation points for winning by 2 seconds. But hey, picked up some decent bank. Oh, select a sponsor. Alright.
Hey dude, I just sorted through the last stack of contracts. A lot of sponsors want to sign you up for the Underground Racing League. So I picked the best of the best for you. Just let me know who you want to sign with.
Okay, so contract terms. Contract completed after winning 3. I'm assuming URL is not about web addresses, but is for the Underground Racing League. So contract completed after winning 3 URL races, 3 races of sponsor choice, and 9 additional races of driver's choice. Media requirements: build a car that is featured on 1 DVD cover. Bonus: free vehicle from Bayview Car Lot. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so signing bonuses and each URL victory and a sponsor race purse for 3 circuit races. Okay, so Street Glow might be worth keeping in mind. So it's the same contract provisions. Driver must win. So it's phrased a little differently, but it's basically the same, except these guys, their required races are drift races. So not my bigger signing bonus, but basically the same contract terms. Edelbrock, ooh, there's a good American Muscle sponsor. And drag racing, yeah, that makes sense for Edelbrock. Contract fulfilled. So driver must win. Contract completed. Contract fulfilled. It's all the same sort of verbiage, except street drag races. So the question is, Street Glow. I'm not keen on the drift races, so Euro lights out. So it's circuits probably my strength relative to drag so far. As much as I'd love to be sponsored by like a great name in American, an American performance like Edelbrock. Just the car nerd in me is, I'm not much of a car nerd, but a little bit of a car nerd in me. As much as I want to say, man, I'd love to be sponsored by Edelbrock, I don't think that's going to fit me right now. So I'm thinking, let's go Street Glow. Small signing bonus, but it's biggest sponsor race purse. It's not enough to make up for, it would make up for Eurolight. It doesn't quite catch up to Edelbrock. So it's about 25 credits off of Edelbrock overall. But is 25 bucks worth? Yeah, 25 bucks is worth just keeping in my comfort zone a little longer. Don't worry, I will get out of it. We just saw me do a drift race not too long ago, so yeah, let's go with Street Glow. Oh, that doesn't. Okay, let's see what we get when we get back to the map then.
Hey, I wanted to give you the heads up. Now that you're under contract to the sponsor, you've got to complete some specific events to complete your deal. You see the X icons? That's them. Get over there and tear it up. I'll talk to you later.
That sounds... Alright, so, yeah. Just explaining what was in the text, so. Let's take a look. So the circuits are both the circles and the X's. So we've still got all the other stuff. Also, apparently... Oh, there's an Underground Racing League. There's one URL race that has been unlocked as well. So I think next time out, we're going to we can hit up the car lot, see if there's anything worth getting there, maybe. Definitely want to do one of these sponsored circuit races. I think that all these other races will probably also have to complete to fulfill the sponsored contract as well. So, or at least complete this section, stage of the, Beacon Hill. So that stage of the career as well. So we have to have a 1-star rating on the car in order to get that DVD cover that we need for our friends at Street Glow. So we'll see we can pull that off next time on Need for Speed Underground 2. But until then, I'm Unsilent. Thanks very much for joining me. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new. Share on social media, follow on social media. The social media handle is Unsilent on Air, and that is for Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr. And don't forget, you can check out more Need for Speed Underground 2 in the playlist. It's on the screen, in the description down below, and more videos anytime on the channel page. And until the next time, I'm Unsilent. Thanks very much for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you next time.